Yo, what's going on everybody? Simple Duck here. And today I want to bring you guys a guide on macros. I'm not going to go through all the macros that are out there. I just want to give you guys just a few basic macros to get you started and things that I think are beneficial to the everyday battleground PvP player. I'm not going to go real in depth with like arena macros and stuff like that because to be honest I don't use a lot of them. I try not to arena unless I need to. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you a few of the ones that I use kind of on a day-to-day basis here to help me out with battlegrounds. Alright guys, so I'm here at the training dummies at Shrine of Two Moons and gonna run through some of these macros here real quick. And the first one I want to show you is this one here. I just titled it buffs, you can call it whatever you want, but what it is basically is a macro that will let you cast all of your buffs with one button. So I haven't been able to find one that lets you do it in one click. I've done a couple different cast sequence macros and they just don't seem to work right anymore. So if you guys have a way of doing that, please let me know in the comments below. And also, if you have any macros that you think will be useful that I don't go over here, let me know in the comments below. But what this one does is, you can see right here, with one click it will cast Power Word Fortitude, and the second time you click it, it casts Inner Fire. So really the only advantage, like I said, is convenience. It takes up one button on your bar rather than two, and you can add more buffs to it. So if you want to add Fear Ward in there, you can do that. I used to have the gosh, I can't even remember what it's called now, the Shadow Protection, the Shadow Protection buff. I used to have that in there, but now I just use it for these two. So you can see one click I get the buff for that, the second click I get Inner Fire. So real simple, just a quick convenience thing. You can use that if you want, or if you prefer just manually hitting those buffs, feel free to do that too. Okay, the second one I want to show you is Dispersion. This buff, or this macro, what it does is if you're in the middle of casting something, it will stop your casting. It will cast Dispersion, and then when you click it again, or not when you click it, but, you know, however you hit it, keybind, click, whatever you do, when you hit it again, it'll cancel Dispersion. The reason for this is sometimes in PvP you don't want the full duration. A lot of times as soon as you hit Dispersion, people that are attacking you will stop attacking you and they will go after someone else. In that case, you want to get right back to your damage. So rather than having to go up and find it in your list of buffs up on the top right, you can just hit this button again. And you can also use it for the speed if you need just a quick speed boost or whatever. But I'll show it to you here. You can see the writing there, but hit it once, cast Dispersion, hit it again, and it cancels it. So there you go. There is that one. Okay, the next one here is a macro for Mind Flay. Basically what it does is it lets you spam the button for Mind Flay. And if you're just using the regular Mind Flay ability that you just drag down to your hotbar, if you spam it, it'll just keep casting it over and over and over, and you're going to waste global cooldowns. You're not going to get the full cast off. So what I have here is a macro that will let you spam the button, and you'll be able to hear it in the microphone when I start spamming, but you can spam the button and it won't cast it again until your current channel is done. So here it goes. I'm sure you can hear the button going crazy here, and it just keeps casting at the end. So very useful so that you don't you get the full effectiveness out of the spell basically. So pretty useful. But let's move on. Next up we have the macro for Shadowform. And basically what this does is no matter how many times you click it, here it is right here, just tells you it's not ready. No matter how many times you click it, it will not drop Shadowform. So the only way that I can drop Shadowform is to heal. So if I throw myself a flash heal, now I can use it to go back into Shadowform. But what this macro is actually designed to do is that, again, just like with the Mind Flay, I can spam the button and it will not drop me out of Shadowform. I'm sure if you guys are anything like me, at some point you've been fighting and you're in the middle of a cast and you go back into Shadowform and you click the button twice and it drops you right back out. It's a waste of mana, wastes a couple of globals. It's just annoying. So put this macro together so that you can spam it and nothing happens. So it will only put you into Shadowform, it will not take you out. So I really like that. It helps a lot in PvP. So I really recommend that one. And last but not least on the list here is a macro I have for silencing my focus target. Now you can see the actual macro here. And what this is useful for is battlegrounds, arena, any situation that you find yourself needing a focus target. You can set your focus, and if you just watch the bar, like here I've got my focus set here to this training dummy. You watch, and if I see him casting something, obviously the training dummy is not going to cast, but if I see a mage throwing polymorph or a healer's throwing a heal, I can silence him without having to target him. So you can see I've got this set as my focus, and this guy is now my target. So what I can do is if I just press the keybind for my silence, this is what it's going to do. It's going to silence my current target. So there you go. Current target is now silenced. Alright, and the cooldown is about done here, so let me show you, or let me explain how it works here. If I just press my keybind for silence, it's going to silence my current target. As you can see in the actual macro text, if I hold down a modifier, now I used shift. You can use shift, alt, control, whatever you're more comfortable with, you can use that. But if I hold down that modifier key, it will go to my focus target. So right now I'm going to hold down shift and hit my silence key, and you'll see it's not going to silence my current target. It's going to silence this training dummy over here. There it is. Silence that guy over there. So very useful, and you can actually use the same macro for psychic horror. So if you want to do that and actually get off like a quick stun on somebody, healer's trying to throw a heal, you want to get him with a real quick stun, you can do that as well. Same macro, just change the spell from silence to psychic horror. Very simple, very easy to use, and that's it for now, guys. Just a few that I've shown you today. I'll do another one of these in the future and show you guys some more, but for now, like I said, that is it. So have fun messing around with those, and like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know in the comments if any of these help you, or if you have some fun, convenient type macros that you think would help people out in the battlegrounds. So leave that in the comments, and make sure you subscribe so you see when the next ones come out. I actually have some more PvP videos coming up for you guys. I'm just doing some editing, but subscribe, give this a rating, let me know what you guys thought, and until next time, take it easy.